Welcome back to another episode of Health Hacks as I continue sharing with you books this week that I've read and have been inspired by and therefore want to share with others. So I've recently been introduced to an author by the name of Sydney Banks. He was born in Scotland, spent much of his life in Canada, and has written a number of books. And the one that I want to introduce you to today is called Dear Eliza. However, I highly recommend that you read any of his books. He has a couple that come in pairs. So he has the Enchanted Gardener, which is book one of that series of 2 books. And then he has the Enchanted Gardener Revisited. And then he also has Second Chance, which is book 1 of a 2-part series, and The Quest for the Pearl, which is book 2 of that particular series. Dear Eliza is a standalone book. It is a beautiful, heartfelt story set in England back in the late 1700s, 1800s. And it's the story of how a young child can bring love and change and positivity to the life of adults who are so set in their ways and beliefs. And this young child who literally had nothing, her parents had been killed, and unfortunately, and her mother, though, before she passed, had managed to teach this child a lot of philosophy. And so at the tender age of 11 or 12, she is now teaching her philosophy to these adults, which is life-changing for these adults. And it's just beautiful to see how when we let go of ego, when we stop thinking that we're better than someone else, or simply because we're an adult, we know more than a child, when we let go of all of that and recognize that each person we come across in life has something to teach us, that we can learn so much from others, no matter who they are, what color of their skin is, their race, their culture, what their age is. None of that matters. And so it is a beautiful, very easy to read story, and just very much a heartfelt book. And so I wanted to share that one with you as a starting point into the work of Sydney Banks. And then if you're interested in learning more about consciousness and the power of our mind to impact the results we get in life, which of course is what my training programs teach about, then these are fabulous books that you are going to enjoy reading or listening to. I actually found the audiobooks for these. I prefer to read personally. However, I couldn't find the books themselves through the library, so I listen to the audiobooks. And as I said, all of them are wonderful stories, wonderful lessons, and therefore I wanted to share them with you. So enjoy the books and works of Sydney Banks.